Dear Sir, on April 21st, 2016, I bought a beautiful, barely broken in black Landy just outside of Bern, Switzerland, with around 190,000 kilometres on the clock. Today, we're approaching 500,000. The mounted base for a roof beacon and the faded outline of an old 144 logo on the rear made me suspect right away. This Landy had a fascinating life even before she was mine. I imagined her driving up into the Alps when the Swiss air rescue couldn't fly, reaching patients that no ordinary vehicle ever could. As a photographer, thousands of images formed in my head. That day in April marked the beginning of a love story that still continues, with all the highs and lows that come with true love. As the rain fell outside and I was tidying up in the basement, tonight I came across some old receipts and documents with your name on them. A quick search online led me to your email address, so I thought I'd write to share what became of your former Landy, who now goes by the name Waltzing Matilda. Richard Hammond once said on Top Gear, "The Land Rover is totally and utterly classless. It tells the world nothing about your wallet, your aspirations, your success, or your abilities in the bedroom. In a Land Rover, you can work the land or you can own the land. Land Rovers only do important things. It's part of the fabric of life in town and in country. It's taken pregnant mothers through snowstorms to hospital, it's sent rescuers up remote mountains, and it's supported the livelihoods of millions of families. It's crossed deserts to deliver food to starving people, explored inaccessible territories to help map the world, built telecommunication networks, brought law and order to hostile places, and helped preserve the rarest of animals from the brink of extinction. It needs a knighthood and a statue, but a Land Rover would never turn up to collect an Oscar. It'd be far too busy doing something important, somewhere, for someone." My first travels with Matilda led me through Europe. As with any new relationship, we had to get to know each other, learning our limits, figuring out what works for us and what doesn't. She cruised the Mediterranean coastlines and islands, climbed to the highest peaks of the Alps, and looped around the Iberian Peninsula. As her trusty old diesel engine muttered along, more countries and adventures gradually followed. By 2017, Matilda had already transitioned from a Swiss emergency vehicle to a true explorer. The goal? Cape Town. After countless hours, blood, sweat and tears, she was ready for the journey across Africa by February. After crossing the Strait of Gibraltar, her tyres touched African soil. We crossed the Atlas Mountains, drove along the Moroccan-Algerian border, through salt flats and desert to the Atlantic. In Western Sahara and Mauritania, we gathered dust in every single crevice. At the Senegalese border, I was detained for a week by corrupt officials. Matilda stood by me loyally, and thankfully, her fridge still held some Swiss chocolate that survived the journey so far. After we were finally allowed to move on, Matilda brought me back to Switzerland in just 4 days. I'd had enough of corruption and decided I would reach the Cape of Good Hope another way. On the road, we towed cars, buses, even fallen trees. We helped stranded German cyclists in the middle of the Sahara and brought them to the nearest town. As a registered nurse, I kept a fully stocked emergency medical kit in the back. We placed IVs in the desert, splintered broken bones, and applied animal print band-aids to injured children. Since that day, Matilda has been my daily driver. Her rugged looks, and perhaps the flip-flops I installed instead of proper mud flaps, draw attention everywhere. In the heart of Zurich, at the port of Ancona, or even the most unexpected places. Because of this now 26-year-old vehicle, I've had some of the most fascinating conversations, surprising encounters, and even formed lasting friendships. A Landy seems to connect people and bring them together. Matilda has become a part of the family. My now 19-year-old daughter learned to drive in her. My youngest, now 4, came home from hospital in Matilda after her birth. And these days, my almost 75-year-old mother drives Matilda around the Greek islands of Icaria, where we have a holiday home. She might not be the fastest vehicle ever built, the most economical, or the comfiest. She might not be the tidiest, the most refined, or the prettiest. But there is something about her. The spirit of a humble heroine who, when duty calls, modestly pushes on, whatever the weather, whatever the terrain, whatever the time of day. The protector, the defender, the adventurer, the one who paves her own path. So here's to you and your 25 years of being there when we needed you the most. Wishing you a great start to the week. Warm regards, Matilda and Marco.